Welcome to the GDevelop 5 game development stream, and in this video we are going to be designing our account creation scene inside GDevelop. So let's get started. I will open my project. So there it is. I will now go to login scene. So in login scene we need to add a button which the user can press if they have not yet created a new account, right? So I will simply add a text object and it will act like a button. So to click on add new object and text new register text, you can say, and 40 size, and color should be orange, and create a new account, or you can say like this: don't have an account, create one here, and like that. So apply, and where is it? There it is. So bring it here. So that looks good. Little bit, center it a little bit, yeah. And I think I will do it one space here so that it looks like it's in the center. So that's looking good. So don't have an account, click create one here. So by clicking on this, the player will be taken to a register scene. So let's make a new scene which will be the register scene. So let me just go to create, click to add a new scene and rename it, and just call it create account, that's account creation scene. I will open it, and let me just design it a little bit. I will add a black screen, add animation, and default. So there it is, and here you can also add the back button, because the player can go to login scene and from here go to register scene, I mean create account scene, and from here they may want to go back to login scene. There is nothing wrong with that, right? So you can add a back button here, and we will have to of course add the function to it, functionality to it, that is our behavior which we created. So let me add the behavior because otherwise I will forget. Without any condition, just add an action, button extension, and simulate back button press. Select the back button and click on OK. So that's good. And now we want to send a request. First of all, we want to take some details from the user, because we want to create their new account. So first thing, let me first put a heading over here, text, and I will say create account text, and size 60 will be nice, color should be orange, and you can say that it will be bold, and you can simply write create account. So that's good, and I will drag it here, and I think size can be 100 also. Let's see what happens when size is 100. That's too big. 60 was okay. Just create account. Yeah, that's looking good. Or I can make it 100 and make it in two lines. That's looking okay. Create was better this way. Okay, so now we need some input, but before that we also need to tell the user what to write. So I will just type username text and give it a size of 40 and orange color, and type here enter username and apply, right? And I will just drag it over here, and I will simply duplicate the username text to create the password text. uh, Password text, and inside the password text I will simply type enter password, and I will drag it here a little bit in the center. So yeah, that's good. And now I need two white colored boxes, right? And two text input text, and I also need the text entry object, two of them. So let us make all these. And to create an account, these two details are the only thing which we are taking from the user. We are not asking them for their name, we are not asking them for their email or phone number or anything. We just want one username and one password. Username should be unique, and of course we are checking it in our server. So let me now add some objects which we need. We need two white screens. I will simply write white screen, uh, add and default, and edit with Pascal. And you can see the what is the width 374 and height is 69. So I will drag another instance of the same screen, and I will simply type 374 in width. Not is it? It's not for custom size, and height should be 69. Yep. So it's the same as this one. So make sure to tick to check custom size, otherwise it will not happen. So I will simply try to align it properly. So yeah, it's looking good, looking okay. And now I need to input text for each, for one for username, one for password. So let me make a new object and text, and I will type username input text, and I will give it size of 40. Color should be black only, and by default you can simply write uh, I don't know, enter username, I guess, and you can put it here. It's the same thing which we made here, as you can see, but we are making it again, uh, just for practice maybe. And I will simply duplicate it, and I will type a password input text, right? So that's good, and I will inside it I will simply write enter password. So that's good. Let me drag it here and put it here, and a little bit like that. That's looking good. And let me now create two text entry objects. So add a new object, text entry, which is invisible, and first of all I will type username text entry, right? And I will simply duplicate this one, or I will create a new one, because there is hardly any, it's not very difficult. Then I will type password text entry, right? So I have username text entry and password text entry. Let me drag both of them in the scene. You can put them anywhere, but it's good to put them next to their text value which they are going to change, next to the text which they are going to affect, right? I will drag the username text entry object and put it close to the username field, username text, and I will drag the password text entry object and put it next to the password text, right? So that should be good. Yeah, so that's okay. Looking a little bit off, that's okay. And in addition to this, we also need a left arrow, which was this one, password arrow and username arrow. So I can copy it, and let me see if I can copy and paste it over there. Let me copy it and go to create account scene and try to paste it. I can't seem to be able to paste anything. I can only copy or cut but cannot paste. Maybe I can paste here. No. Okay, anyway, I will simply make a new one. I will add a new object, and it was a sprite, and I think I will simply type uh, username arrow, I guess, and give it default animation name, and I will add the image which we created for the login scene. I will simply add it because I don't want to do any changes in that. This is the one, but it's in white color. There it is. I think this one is the, yeah, yeah, 64 cross 64 size. I will apply it and I will drag it here. Yep, this is the arrow. So that's good. And I will simply duplicate this and type password arrow. Right. So I will drag the password arrow to the password text, and of course I need a button, or like we have a button here, login button. In the same way, I need a button over there also. So maybe I will simply create a new one. I will add a new object and sprite, and I will type it create account button, right? Add an animation and say default. You can say, well, you can say default. And I think I can use the same image which I have made for the login scene. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was this one or something else. I think it was these, yeah, it was these two. So this one was for idle and that one was for active, right? Hover. So I will simply select this one, and I will change the name to idle, the animation name to idle. I will add another animation, and I will change the name to hover, and I will add the other image, this one, and that's good. And I will add the button behavior, our custom button behavior. Animation number to be played when player hovers over the button, that is 1, and rest of them are 0 because we have not made an animation for clicking the button, that is when the button is active. Animation number to be played when player does nothing to the button, that is 0, and animation number to be played when player presses the button, we have not made it, so let it be 0. So I will simply now click on apply. So I have my button, I will drag it here. So that's a very big button, which is good, it's okay. And I need a text here, create account. I will simply copy this one, and but I will change the size because this one will not fit, I think. It will. So that's good. Let me simply just uh, do that, and that's okay. It's not centered. Let me kind of center it a little bit. Yeah, that's look more or less okay. And now we have to do the write some code for it, and we will not write the whole thing again. You can just go to the login, your login scene, and we are doing something at the beginning of the scene. Let me see if we have any scene variable. We have global variables. We don't have any scene variables, so we don't have to make any scene variables. Let me see if we have any scene variables in the login scene. I have username text entry object active and password text entry object active. These two. Let me see if we are using them at all. We are not using them anywhere. So I think we don't need those two variables. So I will simply click on this event and right click it and copy and go to my create account scene, events of my create account scene, and simply paste the event. And this is the name of the text object, I believe. Yeah, username text and password text. So my text name of my text objects are username input text and password input text here. So I will simply change it to username input text. Wait, username text entry, I guess. Yeah, username text entry, that's what it is. And password text entry. So that's good. Change the opacity of username arrow. Username arrow is the same name and password arrow is the same name as the names here. Username arrow and password arrow. So we don't have to change anything here. These two exist in our scene. Yeah. So that's good. Let's go to copy some other things, and without a condition also there are a few events happening, actions happening. So I will simply click here and copy the whole event and go to my create accounts event, and simply click on any event and right click and paste and drag it the below the at the beginning of the scene event, and simply change these button, create account button, change login button to create account button, and change the text of username data. What is username data? I have to see that. Okay, oh, I closed the login event. Let me open the login scene again. Username data is this the actual text that will change while we write. So that's username data. In the case of create account scene, its name is username input text. So you have to change that. Username input text, and here change it to password input text. Password input text. Okay, so that's good. And change the text of global variable username to this. And here also you have to change this username dot text, because this asks for the text entry objects, the text within the text entry object. So you have to do that. Text entry object, text entered with keyboard, text entered with keyboard, and username text entry. So that's good. And in the password one also you have to change, do the same thing, and delete this one and go here. Text entry object, text entered with keyboard, text entered with keyboard, and here you can choose password text entry, apply and ok. And here also you have to do the same thing. Go to here, remove this and go to ABC, and text entry object, text entered with keyboard, text entered with keyboard, and choose username text entry, click on ok. And here also you have to go and remove this and go to ABC and go to text entry object, text entered with keyboard, text entered with keyboard, and go to password text entry, click on apply and click on ok. So that's good. and back button is the same as as the one in the login scene, so we don't have to do anything here. So in fact I can remove this event, because this event and this event is exactly the same, and both of them are happening every frame without any condition, right? So I will simply delete this one. So that's good. Let me go back to login events and see what else we can copy. So there are lots of things. I will copy all of them because we need all of them. Shift select all of them, and other than this one we will copy this one also, but later. So I shift selected these four, and I will simply right click here and copy, and I will go back to my create account events, and I will click here and right click and paste. So I have these many, but you should drag this event to the top. Yeah, so that's good. And username white screen and password white screens. You can see that the white screen for username and password are different, and therefore, but in my case these are same, so I have to change them. I have to delete this one, this white screen. I have, first of all I will change the name. I will simply write username white screen, so that we don't have to change the name in the events again and again. And click here and duplicate it. I will simply write password white screen, password white screen, and that's good. And I will drag the password white screen here, right? And I will simply choose custom size, and that size is 374/69. Where did it go? Oh no, I lost it. I will have to open my objects editor. Wait, open the list of instances. Password white screen, there it is. So the width was 374 and the height was 69. So that's good, and I have it. But its Z order is greater than the Z order of the text, the actual password text. So I have to lower the Z order, and I if I do it 1, then it works. So 1 it is. Close the instance list, and there you go. It's a different white screen, and this is a different white screen, so that's good. And we don't have to change the name because we have renamed our white screen to these names, and that is good. And instead of username text, we need to add username text entry. And instead, and here username arrow is the same as here. Username arrow, password arrow are the same, we don't have to change them. And instead of password text, you can choose password text entry. Again here username text entry, and again here password text entry. So that's looking good, right? And but we need one more event, and that is the login button, which we will use on the create account button. Right click on it and copy, and go to create account events, and click here and right click and paste, and simply drag it to the bottom. And instead of login button, you can select create account button. And so what will happen when the player presses on create account button? Well, we will take the player to another scene, which will not be the login scene, login request. It will be create account request. We have to create a new scene called create account request, right? So let's do that. So I will go to my project manager and create a new scene, and I will simply rename it and call it create account request. This is the scene which will send the request to the server for creating an account. So I will open this scene. I need a black screen here and a back button. So I will create a black screen, right? And I will do the default animation here. Okay, so that's good. And put a back button here, and we also need a text which will show errors to the user and all that. So I will add a new object and click on text, and I will just type message text, right? And I will put the size of 40, and color should be white, right? Because it will not black will not show over black. And by default I will simply type error occurred, because by default we will assume that something went wrong. When it doesn't went wrong, we will simply show that uh, account created successfully or something, right? We can do that. So that's good. That's okay. Click on apply, and and we also need one more scene, but we will talk about it a little bit later. And bring the message text here at the bottom. I that's about it, yeah. Or you can bring it all the way here. That's looking good. Okay, yeah. So in the create account request, we have to send a request to the server. So instead of typing the whole thing again, let us go to the login request scene and simply copy the request sending command. So I will simply click on this event and copy it, and go to my create account request event, and create a you can create a new event. You have to, and click on it, right click again and click on paste. So you have this sending the request, but we have to send the request to the account creation script of our server. Let me double click on it, and the name of our account creation script was add user data, right? And you can confirm it by simply going to the folder where you have kept all the scripts, and just see the name. And we are sending username and password and nothing else. Method is post, and JSON response from server. We need this variable again, so I will create it in this scene. I will call it again JSON response from server, right? And let it be empty for now. Click on apply, and just select this variable name from the drop down. And so that's looking good. Yeah, so click on OK. And for the parsing, we again need a new scene variable. So let me create a new scene variable. Let me create a new one. Add, and type JSON object received from the server. Click on apply and simply select JSON object here. So this object will contain the parsed JSON data which is being sent from the server. That should work. And again we have to validate, I mean see if the server sent success as true or success as false, success field. So just copy this one, and or you can simply make a new one. Go to variables, value of a scene, text of a scene variable, and scene variable is JSON object, right? And inside it we need the success field, and it should be equal to true, right? Yeah. So, and then at the same time we have to check if it is equal to false or not. So just copy this and paste it and change the true to false. Okay, and that's good, that should work. If it is true, then then we will log the user in with the same username and password with which they have created the account. So I have to copy these two. Oh yeah, one more thing. Yeah, before creating the create account request, we also need to send a profile picture to the server, right? So we need to make let me open the folder where I have written the server code, or let me simply open notepad plus plus. So you can go to the add user data.php and see we are taking three things, not two things. We are taking the profile picture variable also, so we have to send a profile picture as well to the server. So let's do that right now. So we need to add some way for the user to update their profile picture as well. We need to send up some value for the profile picture also from this screen. So how do we do that? Let me see. We can simply put all the profile pictures here and let the user choose from them. So it can be a little kind of uh, you can say a little archaic method to do that, but it will work hopefully. I'll simply drag these here and I will change the width and height custom, and in the size you can write right now. I think they are 128 cross 128. I will do 64 cross 64. Yeah, so that looks good, and do it for all of them. Change the width and height to 64 and 64, and this one also. This one also, and this one also. So I have changed their sizes, so I will now put them together here. And you have to align them properly so that they are in one line. And it looks good. I think this one is little bit, yeah, that is looking okay, not very good, but it's okay. So there we have some profile pictures for the user to select from. So simply I will simply I think I will copy the delete duplicate the username text, and I will type profile picture text, right, and inside it I will simply write select choose, you can say choose profile picture. So they will get to choose a profile picture because we have predefined profile pictures. We are not letting the user upload their own profile picture, so they will have to choose one from this, right? So that's good. Choose a profile picture, they will choose one, but whatever they choose, we will be changing their profile picture variable accordingly, right? So let me I will also have to make something to signify which one they have chosen. So for that I will need a square which I will create a new object, right, and I will call it profile, which I will say profile picture I will just simply square profile picture selection square, you can say selection box. It is a kind of selection box. Add an animation and say default and edit with Pascal. Resize for easy editing. So I will simply make a square box which is white in color. Boy. So but the size, I think I will change the size not to 64 cross 64 because my profile picture art itself is 64 cross 64 in this screen. I will have to make it a little bit bigger. So I think I will make it 70 cross 70 and I will see if that how that looks like. I will drag it here. It looks very faint and it won't work. So I will delete it and I will go back here, edit. I will need to add another layer to it to make it thicker. First of all, change the resolution to make it easy to edit. I will add one layer. I will add one more and I will resize it to not 70, I think 80 cross 80. Resize and save and apply and go here, and now this looks much better, right? This can comfortably signify which one the player has chosen, right? So that's looking good, and I think I should make it orange in color so that it's different, little bit different from the profile picture. So orange, little bit orange here, and I will simply paint it in a little bit lighter will work better. Yeah, save and apply. That's looking good. It will simply signify which one the player has selected, and I will need 1 2 3 4 5 of them, right? Because that will be the easy way to do. Or I can simply move this square, this box here and here and then here and then here, depending on what the player has selected. So I think I will do that only, otherwise it will be a lot of things to manage. Let's see what we do. I will rename it to profile picture selection box, and that's good. And so let us, we will also have to create a code, write a code to let the user choose a profile picture. So let us do that now. Add a new event, and again I need this. I will okay, I will add a new condition here for common objects, common conditions for all objects. The mouse and touch cursor slash touches on an object, and you should choose square profile picture if that is the case, and then if mouse touch has been released, which is the left button, and that's good. And so, and simply you will have to copy this and paste it 4 times. 1 2 3 4 4 times. 1 2 3 4 5, and instead of square you can simply write circle, and instead of square again you can simply write triangle, and instead of square again you can simply write rectangle, and instead of square again you can simply write rhombus. So we have all this, and now what you have to do is, by default the location of our profile picture selection box will be 64 in the x direction and 287 in the y direction, right, in the y axis by default. So I think I should explicitly put the box over there, 64 and 247, right, 287. So at the beginning of the scene I will add an action objects and position, x position of an object. My object is profile picture selection box. X position should be 64 and OK, and the y position for the same object should be, so you can choose this one also, and it asks for x, both x and y. I will do that. I will remove the x one. Choose an operator equal to x position 64 and y position should be 287 at the beginning. Remove this one because we have done both x and y in one statement. 64 pixels in x-axis, 64 points in x-axis and 287 in y-axis, and that will take our box to this position, right? So by default we will say that by default we want the user's profile picture to be 0, right? So let me now change the global variable profile picture to 0, which is 0 by default, so we don't have to really do anything here. You can see that in our global variables, the global variable profile picture is by default 0, so you really don't have to change it to 0 explicitly, so I will not do it. And if the user touches on square profile picture, I have to move the profile selection box to the square picture. Simply copy this statement and paste it here, and this position will be the same for square because it by default it is on the square. For circle you can simply paste this and check the position for circle. It is 198 in the x-axis and 295 in the y-axis. 198 and 295, double click on it and type 198 and 295. Actually the y position should be the same, right? 287, because but I think it's different because the profile pictures are not properly aligned. So I will simply write 287 here so that they are at the same level. Oh, they are all at 295 only. $295. I will put all of their y values to 295 and this y value 295 as well, which is not looking good honestly. 290, 289, 287, 287, 286 is looking better. So this guy's y value is 286, 72, 70, 8, 72. 64 and 72 and 64. What is the difference? 5. So yeah, so we have to subtract something from here. So whatever, suppose the, if I put it 72 as the x position for the box, then it shifts a little bit towards the right side. But if I put 64, then it is properly oriented, right? So I have to subtract 8 from all their x values and put that as the x value of my profile picture selection box, right? Subtract 8. So let me check the circle's x, which is 198, subtract 8 and that is 190. So I should select the x value as 190 and y should be 287 itself because y should not change. 286. 286 and do the same everywhere also, here also. 286, 64 x position, that's good. Here also 64 in the x value and y value is 286, so that's good, right? and here 190 is the x value for the circle and y is 286. That's good. And in addition to that, when player explicitly clicks on square profile picture, we have to change the global variable profile picture to 0. And just copy this statement and paste here. Instead of 0 you should set it to 1, because I think 1 corresponds to circle. Let's see what every profile picture corresponds to by going to our dashboard scene. And in the dashboard events, you can see that 0 is square, 1 is circle, 2 is triangle, 3 is rectangle, 4 is rhombus. So that's good. And yeah, 1 is circle, right? Just copy these two statements and paste them everywhere, and set this to 2 for triangle, set this to 2 for triangle, yeah, and 3 for rectangle, right, and 4 for rhombus, right. 0 1 2 3 4 circle, triangle, rectangle, rhombus, circle, triangle, rectangle, rhombus, 0 1 2 3 4. So that's good. So that's good. Now also we have to change the x values of these three. So let's see where the triangle is at, and we have to subtract 8 from their x values, right? So I will close some of these scenes because I don't need them right now. Yeah. So the triangle is at 328. So if I subtract 8 from 328, I will get 320. So let me change this to 320, x position to 320 for the triangle, profile picture. And now I will simply go back to my scene and see where the rectangle is at. It's at 589. So if I subtract 8 from 589, I will get 581, right? So let me just plug 581 in the x position for the rectangle, and that where the rhombus is at, it's at 459. So if I subtract 8 from 459, I will get 451. So let me plug 451 in the x position for the rhombus profile picture. So there you have it. There you go. It should work now. So yeah, let me check the scene if it works or not. So it's opening, taking some time. So there it is. So that works. As you can see that if I click on this, my box will go here. Oh, I don't have this. What happened to this? So this is working, but this is not working. So let me see what's the issue here. This is password white screen. Hmm. So it's disappearing. That should not happen, but it is happening. I think the Z order is messing with it. You can see that the Z order for white password white screen and my black screen is the same. So maybe the game is not able to decide which one to put above which, right? Which one to put above, which one to put below. So I will change the Z order of my password, I mean password white screen to 2, so that it's a little bit different from that. The Z order for back button is also true 2, and the Z order for password white screen is also 2, but it does not matter because they are not overlapping. So the game does not have to decide which one to show above and which one to show below, because it can show either one of them above or below, and it will not matter because they are not overlapping, right? So I have changed the Z order to 2 for the white screen, and now let's check it again. Yeah, it's showing now, and I can type my password, and I can type my username, and I will type some letters, I mean numbers here, and I will select my profile picture as rhombus or triangle, right? And I will, but right now if I click on create account, it will not work because we don't have anything going on in the request scene. So let us create, I mean create account request scene. We are sending the request, right? And we are sending it, but along with, we are sending it to the right script, but along with username and password, we also need a variable profile picture, right? So just copy this from this plus. You can see this plus, from this plus just copy it all the way till the end, copy it and paste it, and instead of password you should write profile picture, and instead of global variable string password you should pass global variable string profile picture, right? So this is just you can see how it's structured. Username is equal to, and then this whole thing is a string. The request body content, I mean the content which you will send in the request to the server, it will be a string, and that string will contain your variables and their values. And if you want to separate two variables and their values, you have to use ampersand, this and sign, right? This sign is used to separate two variables from each other. So you have to write it like this: variable name equal to, without spaces, and then your value whichever it is without spaces, and then if you want to separate two variables, you want to write another variable, you have to write ampersand and then write the next variable. So that's how you can do it. Plus sign is just there to concatenate strings. This is a separate string, as you can see by the double quotes, and this is a separate string, the variable, and both of them are concatenated using plus, and that is the role of plus here. So I think you can understand why we have written it this way, right? So that's good. It should work, and I will click on OK. We are checking for true and false success of or not. So if it is successful, we will simply output the message which message whichever we receive from the server. So I will put it at the middle because I suspect that we are going to receive a big message from the server, and we may have to format that message a little bit from server side. So I will put it here. I'll put it here just for testing, and if it is true, I will simply, I mean in both cases I will simply display the message. Let me go to my text object, modify the text, message text is equal to, and here I should put my JSON object variable and access the message field in it. So text of a scene variable which is JSON object, and apply, and inside it simply open and close square brackets, open and close double quotes, inside it type message, because we have a message field in our object also. So that will simply put the value of the message inside our message text object, right? So I will simply copy this and paste it because I want to just do the same thing, and that should work. But we were just testing here, we will do something else actually. So let us test this, if we just to see if the request is going or not. I will choose profile picture as triangle, and I will pick my username, and I will pick my password. And now I will create account. But is create account really going to my, it's not, it's the create account button is actually going to login request, which we don't want. We want it to go to the create account request, right? So that should work. Let's test it. Oh, so I received the message account created. Uh-huh. But I should also receive some additional message here, right? That is, what is my secret code, what is my username, so that I can screenshot that detail. So that is not coming yet. We will see why it's not coming, right? So, so in this video, I think this much will be enough. We designed the account creation scene and programmed it, and it's looking good, right? So in the next video we will see how to send a proper request to the server. We are sending it, but it's not working well. We will see in the next video how to make it work well, and how to manage whatever message we receive from the server, and how to integrate the account creation scene in our main game. So if you are enjoying this stream, please join me in the next video as well. Thank you for watching.